In Gettysburg, Trump says he can bring the change to end a rigged system. Donald Trump delivered Saturday on his plan to use historic Gettysburg, Pennsylvania as the setting for a closing argument in his Republican presidential campaign, but not before lashing out again at familiar targets, including Hillary Clinton, a rigged American, and a female accusers who have branded him liars. Trump vowed after the election to sue the nearly 12 women who have recently gone to the media with allegations about his sexual misconduct, a situation that Trump says was rigged the election against him. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I can understand that because, I mean, he's a millionaire. If he did all this stuff, you would have heard it in the news way before that he run before running for president. Women's going to go after him, because he has money, for sexual misconduct long before a presidential debate. But that's just how I feel about it. He says, every woman lied when they came forward to hurt my campaign. Total fabrication, Trump told the crowd. The events never happened, never. All of these liars will be sued after the election is over. I can't blame him. I would do the same thing. In what Trump billed as a contract with America's voters, the first-time candidate vowed to, within the first 100 days of office, take 6 major steps, including putting term limits on members of Congress. It's a contract between myself and America, and the beginning to restore honesty and accountability, and the change begins with Washington, as Trump said. As a part of the contract, Trump wants to impose term limits through a constitutional amendment and have a 5-year ban on White House and Congressional officials becoming lobbyists after they leave the government service. And he wants to impose lifetime bans on White House officials lobbying on behalf of the foreign government. That sounds like an excellent idea. I don't know if you'll ever be able to do it because of the different laws that they have set up, and people are going to fight the system on that, but it sounds really good. I'm not a politician, Trump also said Saturday, but when I saw the trouble our country was in, I felt I had to act. Trump also said if elected, the administration would try to undo an emerging deal in which AT&T will buy Time Warner, and which would create a major media conglomerate. With Election Day now just 17 days away and the Trump trailing Clinton in essentially every poll, which I really don't believe that. Who's really voting for Hillary Clinton? Well, I've seen a few, but you know what I'm saying. The GOP nominee is working to assure voters that he is capable and knowledgeable about policy, and he's about rough and tumble electoral policies. Trump will use this historic setting at Gettysburg, where their country was saved. A senior campaign source told Fox News before the speech, he will lay out a concise program that he will commit to execute from day one. Gettysburg is where the Republican presidential Abraham Lincoln delivered his famous Gettysburg Address in November of 1863 in an attempt to unify America amid the Civil War. Clinton has had a clear policy advantage over Trump since day one of 2016 in the House race, considering she's a former First Lady, New York Senator, and Secretary of the State. Although the campaign is particularly third and final debate on Wednesday night, Trump has argued that Clinton in her 30 years of politics has failed to solve any major domestic or foreign issues for the United States. I have to agree. On Saturday, Trump again suggested Clinton lied to the FBI and Justice Department in their investigations into use of private server system as Secretary of State because she said during the probes 36 times that she couldn't recall what she had done. Yeah. And if anybody believes that, my God. Trump is making several stops this weekend in Pennsylvania, one with a handful of battleground states and must win to become president. He trails Clinton in Pennsylvania by 6%, according to the Real Clear Politics poll average. I don't believe poll numbers. I think they're totally made up, but that's me. I think the whole media thing is just a big sham. And I think that most of the stuff is just pure propaganda to make people swing one way or another, where it may not actually be the truth. But that's just my opinion. I just totally am not down for this. Well, this election or any election really, because you're just you're just voting for the oligarchy, and which is going to control you, and you're going to be a slave to the system. But not everybody sees that. Um, I hope that you enjoyed this. Please like, share, and subscribe.